Hold up. Yeah.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, after splitting their first two games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. Tonight we're watching Kyrie Irving, former #1 pick overall. That's a lofty level of expectation to live up to, Kenny, but he's matched the hype surrounding him.
Yeah, he can hurt you from a lot of areas of the floor, and he shoots the three off the dribble, spot up three, dribble, break you down off the dribble, get you in transition. Which way can he beat you? He's a natural-born scorer, but when he's becoming that natural passer, it makes this team almost unstoppable.
Yes, natural-born scorer. That's because he was born in New Jersey. People underestimate his strength. He's tough. He's strong. And I don't know between him and Steph Curry who has the best handles in the game.
I was just going to ask that
Chris
very
Paul
question.
He's got some handles.
Stop it.
Okay, those two.
Who would you take?
Handles-wise,
who would you
I'm
take?
going with Kyrie. Just strictly handles, I'm going with Kyrie.
Steph Curry. He make people fall. He make legends fall.
Oh, I like that. I like that. He makes legends fall.
That was a movie, wasn't it?
Hey, Kevin Harlan.
Legends
A
fall.
legend in his own right, standing by to make the call.
At the shooting guard position, at 6'6", number 5, J.R. Smith. In the middle, standing 6'8", number 13, Tristan Thompson. Starting forward from UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. He's starting at point guard from Duke University, number 2, Kyrie Irving. From St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron James. The head coach of your home team. Once again, your Cleveland Cavaliers.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. They'll play this one here in Cleveland before the Cavaliers head back on the road. And the news here, Goran Dragic won't play, the injury keeping him out.
Well, since the last game when we saw him leave with that injury, the news appears to have gone from bad to worse, guys, and that's terribly disheartening. The speed of that young player, man, we're going to miss that, and he could be out a long time.
Yeah, and certainly not the news he nor his teammates were hoping for. But he'll just have to rededicate himself to the rehab process, and hopefully he can come back better than ever.
So here's Miami's starting group. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3, and it's Weber in at the 1.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Now, here is Irving. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Kicks to Love. 6 to shoot. Here's Smith. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Well, it was Miami winning their last game against Charlotte.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. We can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the night. Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism, but a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Cleveland moving the ball around, and Thompson throws it down.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Heat have got all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Thompson outside. Dang against LeBron.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall.
Boy, you've got to give credit to the defense. I mean, this is where you want to really work for quality looks. Try to get that confidence back. You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game after averaging 3 or more a game every other season.
And Wade drops them both.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team. Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Inside, stolen by Bosch. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball, and that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Good, and Weber gets the assist. Weber's got 3 assists in the game. Yeah, Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him, given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim.
LeBron kicks to Smith. Wide open look. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Wade, there's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Wade's got 12 in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And he gets it to go.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Weber dishes to Stoudemire. No luck. And Cleveland will come the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Here's Dellavedova. The Heat getting the bucket. Here's Mozgov. Can't hit from in close.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
It's Richardson on the wing. It's rebounded by Cleveland. LeBron passes to Shumpert. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Heat out front. They're up by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game. I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't, but he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Amon Shumpert is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Dellavedova in at the 2 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Channing Frye. And Smith subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Miami also making a switch. Whiteside's checked in.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Outside Irving. And Whiteside sends it back. Here's Wade, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Shot from 12. Basket is good. The assist from Bosh. Bosh has got 3 assists tonight.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And Shumpert kicks to Irving. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Irving's got 6 points. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin, but you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Love wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Miami on defense. It's a pick by Love. On its way from Irving for 2. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA. And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Kevin Love. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 16 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
No good from Irving.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP and a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest. And I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
And Whiteside sends it back. And they get it back. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. The Cavaliers' 5th.
You know, a solid three-point game can be the cornerstone of an effective offense. I mean, it adds a little pop and punch to what a team is doing offensively. And last year, this team was not made up of just good three-point shooters. They had great three-point shooters.
The Cavaliers make
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kevin Love.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from James.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Offline from the top of the key.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 6 points for LeBron.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Stoudemire, and that is good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Smith with it. He's picked up by Dang. And a wide open look for Irving. It's good from long range. Irving's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. LeBron grabs the miss. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Smith. And he makes good on the layup. Stolen. Pass to Irving. The dish to James. There's the bucket. Good. And it's now only a 1-point Heat lead.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Berg, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwayne, give us your perspective on that first half.
I like the way we started the game. You know, sometime on the road we start off slow, so I thought we got to the fight early. And it's two good teams, so, you know, it's the way it should be.
Dwayne, thank you. Always fun to watch. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Dwayne Wade has been all over the floor tonight. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
We've seen D-Wade getting it done. 18 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Cavaliers trailing.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
On the floor for Miami, Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside, and it's Weber in at the 1 spot. Goes up the baseline, and it's Bosh, that time on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 3rd assist on the night. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19 and 20 in the first 39 games, and then 34 and 9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And that is good. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for the Cavs.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Here's Weber. And the rejection by Love. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. A different look for Miami. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. Bosh dishes to Winslow. Good, and it's Bosh picking up the assist. Winslow's got his first basket.
Great pass by Bosh there.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Irving double team. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq. Robinson did it for Tim Duncan. And that's really what great players do.
It's a pick by Love. Irving attacking. It's up a 3. The shot is off.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
You know, and John Stockton, the only player to have cracked the 3,000 barrier in terms of career steals. You ask the fans about Stockton, and it's his passing they'll remember. But if you ask the players, He's played up against it. They'll tell you it's his defense that was just as sharp. And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
And stolen by Love. LeBron outside. He dishes it to Love. Outside jumper. The feed to Irving. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Love. Takes a 3. And Winslow pulls it down.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
They set the pick. It's a pick by Love. And there's the pass to Shumpert. Back to Irving. And it's sent back by Bosch. To the middle, here's Richardson, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Miami, Amare Stoudemire. He's checked in for Whiteside. And it's Johnson in for Chris Bosh. Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Dellavedova kicks to LeBron. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Dellavedova.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Here's LeBron, and the layup is good. James has got 12 in the game.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket. And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Smith checked in for Iman Shumpert. Luol Deng is checked in for Miami. Wade comes in for Richardson. And taken away by Johnson. Mozgov with the steal. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Luol Deng.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. Last season, he played outstanding. 3rd in scoring, 7th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy destined to bring the bacon home for your squad. You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way. Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. Perfect approach for what the D was showing on that possession.
They set the pick. The drive by LeBron.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Out to the right wing. Here's Dellavedova. Good D by Wade.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a break.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Here now is Weber. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Smith. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Irving at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Here's Dang. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
They get it back. Thompson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And gee, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Wade drives in. The shot is off. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Smith the pass to Love. Outside Irving. 16 feet away. Again, Irving missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. The Heat leading by 3. Down low. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Weber. Weber's got his 9th assist in the game now. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Timeout called, Cleveland. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Smith with it, now guarded by Winslow. And Love throws it down.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
.137 left in the fourth. Back to Johnson. Pass to Whiteside. Got a piece of it from about 16, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 2.
Yeah, crucial basket there, and as long as they've got that mismatch, big on small, they've got to take advantage.
Well, I don't doubt that they clearly recognize that, and because they do, they're going to continue to milk it.
A different look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. And Smith subbed in for Irving. And then for Miami, Wade, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Weber in for Winslow. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Good drive by LeBron. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. J.R. Smith picks one up.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket, no matter who was offering the resistance. Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. 8 rebounds, and what a tear he's been, rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done. And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Composed under pressure, and he's now 4 for 4 here in the fourth.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 3. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James against Dang. James outside. This is to Dellavedova. Puts it up. No luck. And Miami the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points. The drive by Wade nails it.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
James dishes to Thompson. Shoots the 3. LeBron, no good. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Timeout called Cleveland. They trail by 7. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line. No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Dellavedova from outside. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And so it's Miami winning this one. And in the win,
Well, Joe, congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwayne Wade. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
There was nothing they could do.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Hold up.